for being the best ambassador for Walla Walla. You might wonder why the Walla Walla police chief is here to talk about Jessie. It's very simple. I was asked. Jessie loved the police, and his family and friends felt Jessie would be thrilled to know that the police chief was here fondly remembering him. And I'm honored to be here sharing some fond memories of Jessie. A few years ago, my wife was the manager at Columbia Bank on Main Street. Just like many area businesses, Jessie used to stop by in there from time to time to talk. He'd always come in and turn directly to the right to talk to Melissa in her office. One day she was on the phone and pointed to the phone and mouthed to Jessie, "I'm on the phone." Jessie turned and went across the lobby and started talking to the tellers. When Melissa was done with her phone call, she went to her door and said across the lobby to Jessie, "I'm off the phone now." And without missing a beat, Jessie responded, "I'm talking to them now." Another time, Jessie came into the bank wearing a Baker Boyer bank hat. Melissa quickly grabbed a Columbia Bank hat and said, "Jessie, you should be wearing this hat." Again, without missing a beat, Jessie responded, "I'm wearing this hat now." I'm not sure if Jessie cared about brand loyalty when it came to banks, but when it came to soda, people definitely knew where his loyalty was. Pepsi. It's a kindred spirit. Derek Tall, the owner of a Cut Above Auto Detailing and friend of Jessie's, told me that whenever Jessie came into his shop, he got an earful from Jessie about having a Coke machine. Derek also told me that one time he had to go to Atlanta on business. Jessie asked him if he could get him a Pepsi hat on his trip. Derek said he would. When Derek got to Atlanta, he thought that he was incredibly lucky that there was a soda museum right across the street from his hotel. Derek went in over to the gift shop and was looking for a Pepsi hat, but all they had were Coke hats and other Coke products. Derek went up to the clerk and asked, "Where could I find a Pepsi hat?" You see the train wreck coming, right? The clerk, in her sweetest Georgia peach voice, responded, "Oh, sweetie, you're not going to find a Pepsi hat. Atlanta is the home of Coca-Cola." Derek never found out if Jessie actually knew that Atlanta was the home of Coke and just sent him on a wild goose chase, which would have been very funny. But Derek got the last laugh. He bought a Coke hat and was proudly wearing it the next time Jessie came into the shop. Jessie's sister Julie's fondest memory of him is one Easter when she was about 7 and Jessie was about 9. She took him looking for eggs around the house, and when he'd find one, he'd give her a big hug and yell, "I found one!" I'm sure we can all picture the classic smile on Jessie's face every time he found an Easter egg. Liz Pierce told me she was out with Jessie on one of the many occasions she was with him, and she asked him, "Hey, Jessie, who's your best friend?" Jessie pointed right at her and said, "Not you." She wasn't upset. She laughed and said back, "I know, Jessie, your best friend is Sammy Walden." She was just blessed to be Jessie's friend, best or not. She went on to tell me that Jessie had places everywhere in town that he stopped for things. He had somewhat of a route. Snickers from Wanda at Safeway, batteries for his watch and Walkman at Falkenberg's, candy and filling his water bottle from Liz when she worked down on Main Street. Valley Vision cleaned his glasses. He always wanted to be clean shaven and made Liz feel his face so his girlfriend, Linda Palmer at the courthouse, wouldn't be mad. He'd continue on his route getting Pepsi, goodies, new hats, new shirts, lights for his bike, and even L&G supplied his overalls and warm coats. Wow. Wouldn't it be awesome to be that loved? Just for being yourself. Wouldn't it be awesome to be so fondly remembered by so many people just for being yourself? Thank you, Jessie, for being Jessie.